Hey everyone, we are going to look at how to structure a reading response. Now, a reading response is a single-spaced, 500-word response to the assigned text. It isn't a summary, it's your written response to the text, the thought process it evokes from you, but it also maintains a formal academic tone throughout. And there are a few things you're going to want to include in your reading response. You'll need to remember that this is a thematic approach you're taking. So you need to decide on a theme, that one main idea you'll be focusing on in the response. You'll also need to have a title relative to your theme, an epigraph that is thematic, and an epigraph is a quote pulled directly from the reading, and I'll show you where that goes in a moment. And then your paper should be also including 2 to 3 short quotes from the text that relate to that theme. And don't forget to include in the first paragraph a mention of the title of the piece you're working from, as well as the author of that piece. So you can note here it says a reading response asks you to examine, explain, or defend your personal reaction to a reading. It's not just an approach that says, I liked this reading because it's cool, it made me feel happy, etc. This is actually kind of a not just a reaction, but maybe an analysis of the text to some degree. And this shows some different ways you can approach it here. So I want to show you an example of what this looks like. It seems like that is a little bit, there we go. So here is the single-spaced reading response. This is a little different than MLA format. We still have last name and page number in the upper right. We still have an MLA formatted heading and a title that's centered. However, the paragraphs are single-spaced with this extra space in between them. So let's look at the theme of this reading response. It is about chivalry. So you note that the title has a mention of chivalry there. This epigraph also is about chivalry. And as we go through, the entire response is focused on chivalry. The quotes that the writer brings in also support those ideas about chivalry that he is writing about. The epigraph, if we look up here, is also italicized. It's centered. And note that it doesn't have an in-text citation, but it just does have an M dash, the longer dash, which you can create by typing 2 hyphens in, and then once you type the next words and hit the space bar, that the double hyphens will elongate, and it has the author's name to credit the author. Let me show you real quick how you would format this paper. If you start out with a blank page, you go directly to the paragraph tab. If you've already written the essay, you can highlight all your text and then go to the paragraph tab. And then you want to choose single, and then you want to select the back box that says don't add a space between paragraphs of the same style, and then select OK. Once you do that, that's going to change the format almost to this style here, except you won't have these extra spaces between the paragraphs. You'll have to add those in manually. So I hope this helps you with the setup of this assignment, and I look forward to seeing your reading responses.